It's disappointing. Too many turnovers for sure. Too many turnovers that led to points. I mean, you can't do that against a very fast, good athletic team. So they executed their game plan, of zone pressuring, a lot of movement, and we didn't obviously execute our game plan offensively. So hat goes off to Coach O'Brien and his staff, Coach Archer, for getting his guys ready to play. They played hungry, played and they got after it.
Coach, you've spoken of trying to change the culture at Virginia, and obviously last week seemed like a big step in the right direction on that end. When NC State gets that interception touchdown and go up 14 with about 6 minutes left, and you see half the stadium empty, to you and to the players, what message did that send, and how do you feel about that? And did you talk to your players about that in the locker room?
I didn't notice what happened in the stands. I'm worried about what's happening on the field. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do. Take care of that. And from all standpoints, we just got to do a better job of coaching those guys and worrying about what we can control on the field. Can't control what happens in the stands. And people want to feel good about the program, and we will. But these are tremendous learning pains when you're going through coming off the euphoria of a really good game, and then you see how devastating turnovers can be, particularly where touchdowns for interceptions and red zone areas where the other team has an opportunity to score points. So we got some turnovers ourselves, but we need to get one more than they got, and it just didn't work out that way.
Mike, your passing numbers were a lot less than you would like, I'm sure. Can you just talk about the passing game and what went wrong? Because it seemed like both guys were really off target.
Yeah, if I knew right now, Jerry, without having watched the film, then I'd be able to tell you. So without having the benefit of doing it, I know, like I said, they did a great job with their coverages. We have to do a better job of, post-snap reads and where to throw the ball. And it looked like we kind of threw the ball into the ground a little bit in regards to some of the receivers that were open. So it's, like I said, you're always at the most vulnerable in terms of saying something that you're not quite sure that's accurate until you watch watch the film and have a chance to talk to the coaches about what the expectations of that play was. But obviously everybody saw that it wasn't good enough, and it wasn't a good enough effort from the quarterbacks in terms of throwing the ball, completing passes, from catching the ball, from ball bouncing off of hands, and different things like that.
What went into the decision to switch from Rocco to Watford in the second half?
Not much of a decision in terms of just a guy that was, David didn't get much touches in the first half. I think he got one possession in the first half, and then going into the second half, it looked like he could do a couple things there that, that might give us an advantage. But like I said, we're responsible for the ball and end up having those two turnovers. But I think, he's got a ways, to try to improve his game. But I think in the end that, Bill and the rest of the staff just felt that at that point right now, if they were going to continue to blitz like that maybe from an escapability standpoint, being able to use your feet, that he may have been the answer. But obviously, like I said, I thought their game plan was pretty good, that it bottled up the outside, made the quarterback step up. They did a good job reading the route combinations and kept everything in front of them, broke downhill. And, we didn't execute well enough.
Mike, Miami's going to be in the same situation, but you're facing a real quick turnaround. How big a challenge is that coming off a loss as opposed to coming off a big win?
Mentally it's always tough because you think about things that could have been and didn't happen. But you have to turn it around because you have another, nationally televised game against a team that's looking to win and wants to win and is playing at home. So there are no other alternatives. I mean, this is what competition in athletics is about: is you win some and you lose some, but how you respond and turn around and move in a direction that you're capable of. So we'll see. We'll see how resilient we can be. How we can turn around a short week and get prepared to go on the road and play a very, very good and athletic Miami team.
In the first half, you had the 14-play, 72-yard touchdown drive. You changed quarterbacks. Watford was intercepted. What did that do to your momentum? And it seems as if whenever you make your change, something seems to sabotage it.
I don't know about that, Jerry. I don't know if you can sabotage it. I mean, you could characterize every time we make a quarterback change that something sabotages our offense. It was the fourth or fifth series that David went in, and unfortunately, he threw a bad ball that resulted into an interception. So it's always been the game plan of trying to get these guys opportunities to get in the game after a guy watches the other quarterback when he's in there. So and then the second half, David played more. So and Michael watched. So our job, offensively is to find that the thing that we can get going and be consistent at. And I thought that going into this, we had a pretty good week of practice, but obviously not enough to be effective. To keep the defense off the field and to score enough points.
Mike, in the first half, you seemed to run it effectively. I think you guys were averaging about 5 yards a carry, and come out in the second half. I think 6 of your first 7 plays were passes. Just wondering about why such a drastic change there.
I think part of it, Dave, is again we go back and the way they ran their coverages and what they were doing, bringing down an eighth man in the box and sometimes leaving their corners on one-on-one. I mean, conventional wisdom sometimes is to throw the quick stop routes and the curls and things like that. And up front, they made us miss. They caused some confusion, and got a chance to get in the quarterback spaces. So they throw the ball, and it comes out underthrown or inaccurate or out of bounds or whatever it may be. So again, we'll have to go back and just look at look at who we are. What we want to be: hard-nosed, run the ball all the time. Be true to being a two-back offense, but play action passing off of that, because that's what you do. That's what we've shown we have a capability of doing, and then the execution of it. So they played well. They played hungry. They played inspired. And I'm not saying that we didn't, but we didn't play well enough and inspired enough and hungry enough to affect the game as it was played out.
You guys talked all week about trying to avoid a letdown after the big win against Georgia Tech. Did you get a sense today that there was a letdown on your guys' part?
I don't know as much of it. It's always a letdown when turnovers occur, and particularly when you have third down situation. I don't think we were very good in third downs. And when you get off the field, 3 and outs, you get off the field, the mark of a good team sometimes you find a way, somebody else overcomes it with a return or an interception or defensive play. So obviously there was a lot of disappointments that were out there today that that we have to shore up, because our schedule doesn't get any easier. I mean, we know the rest of the teams we play are good teams, and everybody wants to win. Everybody either you're not winning now, or you're in the middle of the pack with the 4 and 3s and the 5 and 2s or 5 and 3s, and you have a chance to turn your situation, your season around. We're in that middle of the pack right now, and we have to define which direction we want to go in, and that's the job. That's my job of coaches to get the players to continue to buy into that. And this is a loss that's tough. It's tough to swallow, but at the same time, in competition and games that are still left to be played, I mean, we got a lot of football to play.
Hey, Mike, the fact that Rocco had just directed a 14-play drive, did that at all make you hesitant to pull him at that point?
I don't think that made us hesitant. That was the first 3 or 4 series, I believe, and I believe it went into the second quarter. So it's always the plan to try to get David some reps in the first half of a football game, as opposed to not get him any reps. And after 4 series, it was a chance presented to get him in there. It's unfortunate that when he's in there, what happened to him. And then you see later on the kind of arm strength and things like that that we had when he threw the pass to Tim Smith. I mean, that's what he is. So you anticipate good things happening. He had a quarterback draw that almost broke, and he shows you some things that you say, okay, this guy's got some skills, got a chance. But it goes down as an interception with the quarterback, whether or not guy had it in his hands, dropped it, or whatever. It goes, points against the offense because, we drop it, they get it, and they score a touchdown. And, it's I know the team is disappointed and the guys are disappointed, but, we have to continue to keep trying to find a way to transition from this game to getting them better to the next game. And that's what we have to do, and that's the challenge. But that starts tomorrow.
Before our next question from Jeff, we do have David Watford, Michael Rocco, Steve Greer, and Clifton Richardson in the back of the room already.
Looking back, how big a play was that 79-yard pass? I don't know what the down was in the late in the third quarter. You'd stopped him.
Yeah.
It looked like all you had to do was bump him out of bounds there, and he ends up. A 10-yard play ends up being a 79-yard play.
If you just get him down on the ground, he push him out. I mean, actually, it was a missed tackle. I mean, we had our arms around him, and guy did a great job. Receiver did a great job staying on his feet and spun out of it. So that was that was tough, and that was you never want long plays like that, to beat you or define or change the game, and that was sort of a game changer. And we got. I know we don't want to miss the tackle or anything like that. We get them down, get them out of bounds, and it might be a first down, but you line up and make them go the distance as well. Because you look at statistically, if you take that away, then you're battling there despite everything else that was going on the field.
Coach, you brought the guys back out to midfield, the whole team together. What was the purpose of that, and what was said in that?
Just the fact that your performance, you're always judged by your last game, your last performance, and this one wasn't a very good one, and that the things that can carry you over into wanting to be and playing like a championship team or championship caliber team is consistency, and that's what we have to do. We have to be consistent. And how odd it was that week before, the place was chaotic. This week, nothing. You taste defeat, and it doesn't taste very good. So we just got to go back to the drawing board. Like it's not to the drawing board, but go back to, Sunday marks another day of preparation to get ready for a team that's hungry, that's at home, and all the things that it's another conference game. So, instead of looking for ways out, I mean we're looking for ways through, and we're going to continue to keep trying to do that.